Hello and welcome to the Mixed Concepts channel, or welcome back if you are a previous viewer. Yeah, if you're watching this video, I'm a US cricket fan. Yeah. Well, if you've seen a previous cricket talk where I gave my thoughts on how USA performed in the T20 World Cup earlier this year in 2024, you would have known that I'm a US cricket fan. Anyway, that was a few months back. Now, there's been some cricket that has happened as a US cricket fan that I looked forward to, and it's already been done, and gonna be looking forward to. So I'm just gonna discuss a few of my thoughts on how some of the games have gone post the T20 World Cup. So obviously, first was the Major League Cricket Tournament, USA's T20 League. I didn't really bother that much about it. Congrats to Washington Freedom, they ended up winning that. It's good to see Netra Walker and Andres House play well, being on the winning team as well. So that was there. But obviously, the League Two cycle was what more focused on as a fan. Those are the games to look forward to. The significance of the League Two, ICC Cricket World Cup League Two, is for a chance to play in the 2027 ODI World Cup. Yeah, we're in League Two, USA. So there are 7 other teams in the League Two cycle. It's a 3-year cycle, I believe. Each team plays 36 ODIs and hopefully be in the top 4 after the 36 ODIs, then can go directly to the World Cup qualifier, where out of the 10 teams got in the top 4. Anyway, that's a discussion for another video if you do want me to comment on that as well. But back to the games that USA did play. So it first started off with a tri-series between Canada, Netherlands, and the US. In Netherlands. Yeah, those games, there were a few talking points. I think the first game against Canada, yeah, USA did win. But if there was one thing to be concerned was they couldn't close out the game quicker. What should have been a 100+ run win ended up becoming really close at the end because of a big partnership. They let the 8th wicket partnership be huge. That almost cost USA the game. Thankfully it didn't. So they won, but there was that learning lesson. And then the second game against the Netherlands, they made Netherlands all out for not a big score, but then they choked while batting. I think they had 5 wickets in hand, only needed 38 in the last 9 overs, and they blew it. Now, losing the last 5 wickets for around 20 runs, that's not a first time it's happened. We see that happen in ODIs sometimes. So more than the collapse part, I'm more upset about the fact that USA really played out almost the entire 50 overs but couldn't even score 30 runs. That's what was more annoying. Yeah, if they lost by 10 or 9, it would have been okay, but they lost by almost 20 at the end. And that was just a poor ending. And then the second time when they played Canada, they did much better. They won by about 50 runs, I think, and the performance was solid. They did not let Canada hang around that time. When they got the wickets of the main batters, they finished the game. And then the last game against the Netherlands, well, yeah, again, the bowling was fine, restricted Netherlands to an okay score, but yeah, the batting, it wasn't that good, and this time it wasn't really a choke, but rather they just didn't bat that well. So, yeah, it was not like a big loss, I think around 30 runs or something, but still, a loss is a loss. So, it was a mixed start, because when 2 wins, 2 losses in 4 games. Yeah, only thing is, it was in Netherlands, so losing to the host nation twice may not have been ideal. At least one of them, if they would have won, would have been better. But it is what it is. It happened. Then the T20 Tri-Series happened. Same 3 countries. Yeah, the game against USA Canada first one was washed out. I think Canada batted. They put up a decent total on the board, so it would have been tricky. I don't know if USA would have chased it down, but they didn't even bat because of the rain, so it ended up being a no result. And then the second game against Netherlands, that was just bad, one-sided. They gave 220 runs, I think, with the ball, and yeah, I mean, the less said about that game, the better, because they lost by a big margin, over 100 runs. Then the second game against Canada, they managed to bounce back and win. So they beat Canada, and Canada beat Netherlands in that series as well, which kind of made it an interesting finale because USA were in last spot, but if they won, they would have ended up winning the tri-series, and if they didn't, then they end in the bottom. Now they made Netherlands all out for like 120 something. It wasn't a big score for a 2020 game, but they blew it. They really did blow it at the end. They just lost the wickets and they got all out. They lost by 6 or 7 runs. That was another tough game. Yeah, really waiting for the day USA can finally beat Netherlands. Haven't beat them in either 2020 or an ODI, but had some great chances in that tour, which happened in August, I believe. And then recently there was the League Two Tri-Series between UAE, and Namibia at Namibia. Yeah, the games were in Namibia, and I thought USA played wonderful, and the results obviously reflected in that because they won all 4 ODI games. And most of the wins were not really close games as well. They were kind of dominating wins, which were excellent. Yeah, some of the games were really dominant, and yeah, it really helps for the League Two case at the moment because after winning 4 out of 4 in 8 games, USA won 6 and are currently in second in the League Two points table. So that was successful, really successful, because as the away team, or if you're not the host nation in the Tri-Series, I believe as long as you can win at least 2 games out of the 4, then that's okay. You've done somewhat okay in the Tri-Series. But 4 out of 4, especially not as the home nation, was wonderful. It was really good. Then comes to the T20 Tri-Series. Yeah, the Tri-Series is done. It was done a few hours ago. Was the last game of the Tri-Series where USA played Namibia and won. I thought the T20 Tri-Series was fine, except the second game against UAE, where USA kind of blew it. Yeah, that game happened the day before. So I'm actually recording this a few hours after the Namibia game happened, where USA won by 6 wickets. But the day before, they played against UAE and lost by 6 runs. Now, it was really a back and forth game. It seemed like UAE had the upper hand, but then USA stormed back and they gained the upper hand in the match, and then they just lost all the wickets, got all out at the end. It was kind of a disappointing game to see, especially the ending. It's not that great as a US fan, of course. You don't like to see when your team was in a winning position and then they lose all the wickets. They get all out when they didn't even need like 35 runs in 4 overs. Yeah, that kind of hurts. Yeah, no matter which team you are, if the team you support ends up losing all the wickets, it kind of stings because you knew that your team was ahead, had a good chance to win, but they didn't win at the end. Anyway, those were the last 2 games, and then the first 2 games, yeah, USA did win. They made a good decent total on the board, and they defended it both times. And I think the more impressive part about about the T20 Tri-Series was that Monang Patel, he is the captain, but he didn't even play a single game in the T20s. He wasn't playing. Jesse Singh was the captain. So, and Aaron Jones, he's obviously playing in the CPL for St. Lucia, so he's not there. Netravalkar, he left after the ODIs, after the League Two ODIs, and yeah, they kind of went with a few newer players, did USA. So, with not the full strength squad, or the squad that played in the T20 World Cup. Not a bad effort. Almost won the Tri-Series, but ended up being tied with UAE on points. Just the net run rate, UAE nudged out USA to win the Tri-Series, which is fine. I don't think the T20 Tri-Series has as much significance as the League Two ODIs. Yeah, now that's what has happened since the T20 World Cup for USA men. Obviously, this month as well. Looking forward to the T20s against Nepal. I think it's a three-match T20I series, and then the League Two Tri-Series ODI matches. Yeah, Tri-Series between USA, Nepal, and Scotland. And the matches are actually happening in the US. So US is the home nation. Hopefully can win at least 3 games. Ideally win all 4. That'd be awesome. But as long as USA can win at least 3, so beat Nepal twice, Scotland once, or beat Scotland twice, Nepal once, however it happens. Yeah, as long as they can win at least 3, I'll take it. I would say it's a good, it would be a good tri-series result. Yeah, so that's the next games I'm looking forward to as a USA cricket fan. Now, if you're still watching, thank you for watching this video. Comment down below if you want me to uh, kind of analyze or talk about another team in League Two or any other cricket team in general. Maybe in the top 25 ranks. If you ask me to talk about some of the lower ranked teams in the T20I rankings, I'm not really familiar with them, so I won't really speak as much on those games. But yeah, if you want me to talk about any of the League Two teams or how League Two is significant, in fact, that's one of the videos I'm considering to make a pathway. I mean, the pathway's already been made, but to explain the pathway of how a team in League Two or a non-full member team, how they can make the ODI World Cup in 2027, and what a long road it is for those countries like US that do not have full member status. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this cricket talk slash discussion. Thank you for watching or hearing this discussion. If you do have any thoughts, please let them down in the comments below. Please let me know how I can improve, or if you want me to comment or discuss any of the other teams, like I've mentioned once or twice before. Anyway, that will be the end of this video. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more content. Until the next video, bye.